One. Good morning. It's Wednesday, 11 o'clock Eastern, so that means it's Coffee with Creators. This is 42 West 18th Street, Adorama itself. Those chairs are as much for you as this chat room is, so don't forget to come stop by sometime. This is not a green screen, actual place. I know, crazy. I got Will Cadena with me today. We're going to go into who this human being is first, but you guys know the deal because it's like the 70-something episode. We got to go through who's supporting, other than you guys, of course. I want to give a huge thank you to Wacom for sponsoring this episode. You have to know Wacom if you've been in this industry. If you are looking for a way to engage tactilely in a digital fashion, meaning you want to take a pen to retouch, you want to digitally illustrate, whatever it is, they are the tablet company. So make sure you check out the links down below for the full line. There's literally everything in every price point and style of tablet, from something really small to travel with, all the way to something big with the screen built into it so you're drawing directly on your images. And a lot of people that end up going that direction end up never going back. You was like, I need my Wacom tablet. I can't do this. It's crazy. We have people doing demos here all the time with it. And I'm like, wow, you really need that Wacom. Like, it's changed their life. So check out the links down below for Wacom. Thank you so much for sponsoring. I want to give a huge thank you to Tenba, because Tenba was like, hey, we want to make sure your guests feel special. So they get a special limited edition, special edition, Coffee Creators bag. What did you just?
I just dropped those
glasses. That's your, you just dropped off all your cool stuff. Look at that.
By the way, I highly recommend them because I do use them for all my equipment, Temba. So thank you, Temba. And this was actually really a special edition.
Yeah, no, there's only a few people that got that.
This is badass, man. Very cool.
So Tenba is started by a photographer right here in New York in 1977. If you've been in this industry long enough, you've probably had a Tenba bag at some point. Check out the links down below for their full lineup. And I want to give a huge thank you to Gotham for hooking us up with the coffee. Cheers, kid.
Cheers.
What'd you get?
That's a good question. Almond milk or I don't know, oat milk.
Black cold brew. Can't go wrong, kids. This is owned by a photographer and filmmaker, and they're literally one block up from Adorama. So if you're going to come to the store or you're going to come hang out at an event so you don't fall asleep when Daniel Norton is going into monotone land, go over there, say what's up, say Adorama sent you, and just know you're supporting the community because it's cool. I just think it's cool as a photographer and filmmaker owns this.
Yeah, no, it's actually really good.
I know it is good. Yeah, it is a good spot. Cool. So thank you. Boom. So who is Will Cadena? I'm so glad you guys asked. I was wondering myself. No, I've known Will quite a while. He's one of the loudest guys in
I'm a little bit loud, depending on the time of day.
Dude, I heard about you before I met you. Like, I remember going to trade shows and going like, hey, there's a guy that's louder than you now. And I was like, what is this? And then I actually remember seeing your demo and I'm like, this guy is going to burn out. There's no way this guy has enough energy to get through this for another. And you keep up a pace. You're very engaging. But the thing is, he aims for in-camera lighting. He does a lot of stuff across a lot of genres. When I say a lot of genres, I mean everything from corporate headshots to bodybuilding portfolios. He does a lot of stuff for brands, understands building a brand, understands being personable and having people actually want to work with you. And I got to give him credit for that. And honestly, when I see him doing a demo, I don't know if you guys have ever been to trade shows or been to anything live, but you could very easily lose a crowd. You could very easily get too technical too quick, or you could get too boring too quick. And I've never seen him do either. And when it's time to get technical, he can get technical, and that's important. So a lot of credit to Will Cadena. Make sure you guys check out his work. But he had to come in wearing a hat today, and I'm like, he's so cool.
Yeah,
look at this guy.
Like, a little spice it up a little different instead of doing my crazy hairdo. Yeah.
He's like chocolate Dick Tracy here. Look at this guy. Unbelievable.
No. That was a good show, man. Come on.
It
was.
You know what's funny is Dick Tracy is the reason that we have a certain set of gels in this industry. Did you know that?
No, I did not. No.
Storaro gels, when they're named Storaro, that's a guy's name. He wanted such saturation for Dick Tracy film.
Get out of here.
Yeah, that's where it came from. Yeah. So
guys, look that up. Seriously, that's very cool. I never knew that. And I love using gels. I never knew that.
You can go check out the gel demo that Justin Bakari did on the Adorama Events channel if you want to learn about that. But I'm gonna go scroll through your Instagram just so you have an idea of like how varied. I mean, I'm not kidding you. He really does have a very varied genre. What just happened to your page?
No pressure. I don't really post much, but yeah, I share a little bit.
Well, that way they know you're not just a smiling face. If you actually shoot something, look at you.
Yeah. So yeah, we do anywhere from corporate America to commercial advertising work. We do bodybuilding. We run one of the largest bodybuilding shows in the Northeast. We do events, weddings, lifestyle shoots. We do a lot of private clients. When I say private clients, political officials. But we travel a lot globally. It's not just myself. I have multiple team members that we literally build long-term working relationships with our clients. And some of our clients actually become friends, which is great. I've never been into like, how can I get more clients? How can I get more clients? How can I get more clients? No, it's like you already have the client, create the best experience possible with them. And from there, once you educate them, they're going to start educating their peers around them. So now it just alleviates a lot of the BS back and forth. So it's building that trust. No different from dating, no different from building this relationship, right?
Well, it's funny you say, like whenever someone's saying like, well, how do you build a relationship? Like, how do you get started with someone? Like, honestly, it's approaching like any other relationship. If you're approaching cold, you got to build trust. They got to, first of all, there's probably a lot of people trying to talk to them at once. This is going to go so bad.
No, let's talk about this. It's like no different from dating. It's like no different from dating anywhere. And that's how I go into it. Obviously, you know, we got to keep it a little PG rated. But if you want to make this work, you got to like, you know, but foreplay beforehand a little bit. You know?
I do want to say, though, I think a lot of people misconstrue this part. Yeah. It's not that you want to get them to trust you. You have to give them reasons to trust you and honor that trust. It's not like you're swindling them to be like, no. Like, no, they want to know, one, you're reliable. Two, you'll come through with what they're asking for, if not better. You're promising but delivering more. They want to know that they can just, whatever you're providing, the worry is out of their head, right?
Yeah, so I think... And you know me long enough. I try to treat people how I like to be treated. So when I go into a clientele, it's the same thing. There's no agenda behind it. I really want to see how we can actually help them in some way or another. And from there, if it aligns, awesome. If not, then I'm happy to recommend them to someone else.
So where do you draw the line between being the photographer and being like a brand consultant? Because I think you do a lot of that. You basically say, here's the perception I want to give for your brand.
Yeah, so I feel like this question comes up a lot. Like, how often do you actually pick up the camera, Will? I mean, honestly, like realistically these days, I feel like I'm more business consultant than anything else, but I probably pick up the camera maybe like 20%, 30%.
He's full of lies. There we go. There we go.
Because what I do is I find out what they really want, and from there, then I have the team members that are, I'm not going to, for example, I'm not a great retoucher, so I'm not going to start retouching things. And I have a team member that is a phenomenal retoucher, so let them do the work.
So you're more of a contractor?
Pretty much, in a way, kind of like an agency in that way, like a production company in that way. So because we do anywhere from, you know, photo, video, we do live streaming, we do.
That's right.
Yeah, we do a bunch of so many different things.
That's right. I broke your heart with that live streaming. I think one time you're like, yeah, you wanted to run a live stream for a bodybuilding event. I was like, no,
definitely not. Like we just did like the Evoto event. We did all the production for the Evoto release one, which was cool. Like Virginova is one of my other companies that we do a lot of this for Goldman Sachs, UBS Financial. So we do a lot of that stuff as well. And so you just never know where the future leads to. Because originally when I got into the business, I was a wedding photographer through my uncle. And when I started into the business when I was 13 and a half years old as an assistant, as a bag holder. And then I graduated during the film. Yeah, graduated during the film days to be give medium format backs, and from there later on I became a double light assistant. Then from there I had to learn how to use a light meter before I even picked up the camera, and one thing led to another, and then I started working at the studio before I even picked up the camera, because I had to see the final images. And by me stuffing all these images into proof boxes, my uncle was teaching me like, oh, these are the poses I have to learn. This is the poses I have to learn. And then from there, he graduated me to a third photographer, which in other words, if you mess up, it's not a big deal. But we got to see how I shot those shots. And next, then I graduated second, then eventually became the main photographer. So everything, there's a process to it. And I never thought in a million years I'd be traveling the world doing what I do. And like commanding a room with freaking over 36 team members between production, live streaming, video, photography. Like I would never thought that in a million years. So, but... Yeah,
I think when you and me were coming up, we were doing the film. You didn't waste film, right?
No.
So those backs were bricks like this that had either 12 or 20 shots in them, and you were just trying to figure out where to get. First of all, they want you to fill like 16 of these things while they're shooting. You're in the dark. Then you got to hand it to them. Get them the right one. Is the black and white? Is the portrait? That kind of whole thing. And that's when I think you really start. Before you even learn that there's a spray and pray option as a photographer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I think there's a big misconception with the frames per second on the camera. People think it's just like, oh, it's 30 frames a second. I can just go like this. Like, no.
Yeah, no.
You want that 30 frames for the split second you're going to shoot the thing that you have those in between frames, but not, and then pick it out after. Because after he shoots a wedding, right? What's going to take longer?
Yeah.
Going through all that stuff and all the data, throwing it out, that kind of thing. But I also think like, when you're learning for example, he's talking about the posing. If you have limited shots, you have 12 chances to get the right pose. You don't have to guess. You're like, no, this would look good. So now in those 12 shots, you're going to get 4 good frames rather than the one of the pose you think. And that's where you get the hard learning. Not that everybody should go out there and shoot medium format. I get it. I feel like I'm like, it's also so expensive right now.
Is it like how much is roll? I don't even know.
I know processing. There's a place here that was like $40 to process. I was like, that's crazy.
Really?
Yeah.
I ran into this guy at the airport, and he's like, he saw me with my Tama bags and with the team. He said, "Oh, you guys are photographers?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm a photographer." And I was like, "Yeah, I shoot film." I was like, "Oh, that's awesome. Good for you." He goes, "Yeah, I get hired for these weddings," and I'm like, "That's cool. So you actually send him the film?" Because yeah, it takes me about like 2 or 3 weeks. I'm like, "But what about the client? Like, aren't they excited to get those images? You know, are they upset about that? They're not getting the images?" "Oh no, but I still shoot digital, so I give them those." I'm like, "But why? Why?" He goes, "I'm a fine art photographer." Like, what do you feel about that? Like,
whatever. I'm not going to tell someone what medium they should shoot in, right? But if you're going to shoot in the guise that you're somehow doing a better job because it happens to be on film, it's the same thing like in the street art days. Like just because it's on a wall doesn't make it a masterpiece.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if they were
like the banana.
that was totally some washing of Bitcoin going on there.
Yeah, I love it.
No, but I think one, there are things that film does, like having high saturation without having backlit lighting it, without getting brighter, things like that. And some people in this era, if you're looking at people getting married in like their 20s right now, whatever, they want to get something special. Film to them is special.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
yeah. You know, it is. Yeah.
You know, it's but I do think that you could probably, this is going to sound so horrible and you guys can hate me all you want. I think if you handed out instant cameras, and not even instant cameras or disposable cameras, to your guests and let that be the film portion, a lot of wedding photographers charge like ridiculous money just to shoot a roll or two. And I'm not going to try to change your business or like take money out of your pocket or whatever, but I do think you probably get that raw feel from people that know the people, that know the little in between things, the relationships, and they'd probably appreciate them more and still get that film effect with the hard flash and the whole.
Yeah. No. So my friend, yes, I love the instant Polaroid. I started trying a lot more, and then when I started visiting her name is Esther K. I think she's watching, and she's one of the biggest things for her is having those printed Polaroids. And I haven't really appreciated any of that in years until I really saw myself in it. And I was like, and those we're making like a little collection book out of it. And I look over to that, which for me, I think that's really, really important. Like, so going back to what you said, that's, people cherish that because people are so used to using the phone. Think about how many pictures you shoot on your phone. When's the last time you, it's annoying. So, but I totally agree with you, man.
I think instant is an experience. It's not,
yeah.
When we're talking about like, oh, we lost Polaroid this, we lost that, like, I don't think people understand, like, it's not just like a film that we lost, but that whole idea of, I just met you, boom, hand them something. It's almost like better than a business card. You had a shared experience. I shot at a Grammys party or something. I forgot where it was, in Brooklyn somewhere. And I shot all these portraits of people, but this one girl shows up with an Instax Mini and she shoots me as I shot her. And then the last frame is her giving me the Polaroid. Awesome. I still have that Instax print. And that's all I remember about that.
It's so good, yes.
But you know what I tell you waters it down? Is now you can basically get a printer that connects to your phone and then you can make a million copies out of that one. I think it's cool, but I really like that. This is the only thing that exists, and it is the only thing that exists from the exact moment in the same space at the same time. Like, it's almost an heirloom from the shot itself, like what happened in that minute. That I kind of really like. Yeah. You know?
Spice it up when they're doing. Just put a little like sticker of the business card or a QR code, and that's easy marketing on top of that. That's like a no-brainer.
Well, you know, my dad used to build Harleys, like custom Harleys, and there's a Polaroid I have of him riding a Harley in like the whatever 70s, 80s, I don't know. But I always think about it as like, actually, this was on that bike at one time. Someone handed to him, he rested on the bike, like where that print actually existed in life. Like, I'm actually holding it. Like, that's kind of thing. I know it's over romanticizing. It's shut up. Leave me alone. There is a question from your girl Esther somewhere in here. Here we go.
What's up?
Esther's asking, how do you keep staying inspired, move forward when you don't shoot as often? I hate business part. Me too. In the weeks I don't shoot as much, I feel so uninspired to push forward. Your ringer is asking a question.
My ringer is asking. Okay. No, that is a great question. Honestly, every day is a battle, to be very transparent. This is why it's really, really important to surround yourself with amazing human beings. And I tried that as much as possible. Like, we always have ups and lows. It doesn't matter. Like, yes, I'm what I do for a living, and do we make money? Yes. Am I surrounded with great clients? Yes. But I do have my doubts. Especially I have a learning disability, so that doesn't help either. If you go on my bio, you get to see exactly what I have in my mind is interesting. But yeah, so what I get inspired is just watching movies, old school movies, magazines, even just sitting outside, people watching. And also just hearing literally listen to music. And I watching this guy's freaking videos. I download your stuff. Your stuff is freaking badass. But there's always something to learn. So I'm always learning from different genres, not only in photography or video, but just anything out there in the world. So
look, I was doing a special effects workshop in 2021. This is one of the guys I called to be a part of it. I was like,
freaking amazing, by the way. That was badass.
I didn't want boring people. I wanted people that know what they were talking about, that could, and you can get loud. Get that Latin. You know?
Hey.
No, but I think your own energy, people reflect what you give out there, right?
Yeah.
And that goes the both same way. So if you, look, I'm doing a demo tomorrow here for the first time since March. Most of it's going to be about how to break out of burnout and fog. And some of
Yeah.
Sometimes I need a crowd to do that. So I think like what he's saying, surround yourself around people that you can get reflection from. You know what I mean? So if you think like, man, I can't, have self-motivation, get someone younger that hasn't been defeated yet and watch how much you start.
Defeated yet?
You know what I'm talking about though? You know what I'm saying? Like, how many times do you go to a trade show or something and like a younger kid shows up with some crazed out, banged up camera? They don't care about anything that we care about, but they just want to shoot something cool. That makes me go, you know what? Like, let's do something cool.
Yeah.
Let's try this. Let's try that,
Yeah, no, definitely the energy plays a very big part. But if you're around those bloodsuckers that take everything from you,
what is
What, by the way, what the hell is supposed to be talking about? Whatever, but it's true. Let's talk about just community and like inspiring. It just in general, it's like when you're around people like that, it takes the drive and also the vision that you want to do. Think about when you were like a little kid, or I don't know, depending who, I don't know. Everyone has their own different childhood. Like for me, when I was younger, I always wanted to travel the world. And again, growing up, depending on my family's money situation, I didn't thought I could probably do that, see the world. The next, I kept on educating myself to see what was out there. I love Superman. I'm like, oh, if I could be a freaking, superhuman or a Superman or a bird, I could see the world. And I aimed to go to that level. I wanted to see the world. And sure enough, I never thought in a million years I'd be traveling with major whales to see the world in that way. So having that vision, but I would not be there if I have a supportive, community, family members, loved ones. And I know we haven't known each other that long, but since I met you, you've been always inspiring in every way possible, man. Seriously. And I'm not just saying because we're on your podcast and all that shit. Am I allowed to curse? Sorry.
What is this shit? Oh, thank you.
But generally, especially when you did that workshop, was a couple years ago for the Halloween, dude, you were banged up, messed up back, right? You had a disc, right?
I broke my disc from that workshop. I broke a disc.
And you were nonstop. You were I'm a crazy person, but you're crazy.
Feel a responsibility? Don't you feel like if I'm telling people to come here, listen and pay attention, and I'm going to give you stuff?
Yeah.
Don't you feel like it has to be at a level? And I think what we probably both overlooked when we were younger or in this industry coming up a little more was we thought there was a ceiling.
Yeah.
And then I'll tell you, Vanessa Joy actually broke my skull the other day. She's like, you have to worry about your floor. If you're willing to go lower and lower, then that's the problem. Don't worry about going up. You'll always go up, but if you worry about having a solid floor. And I was like, why are you so smart?
That's great. It's building the foundation. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think
absolutely.
And I think when you go, I don't think I'm ever going to travel the world. And I said the same things, right? If you told me when I was shooting BMX that I'd be shooting Oscar-winning makeup, I'm like, why would I be in a studio?
Yeah.
But you got to get this idea of it's not for me out of your head because you don't know.
Yeah. You never know.
You never know.
Like we just had a conversation before we started. Are we allowed to talk about your WW?
No, don't.
Okay. We'll talk about something on a different channel.
NDA.
You mentioned that. NDA.
We'll talk about it later.
But you never know where your future will lead.
Treat people right, and you'll be surprised.
But just be you forget that. I mean, yes, not forget that. I meant to say be a good human, and then things will lead into different things.
Don't you think a lot of people hit burnout or get uninspired because they look at everything as a competition instead of looking at where they are themselves? They go, I'm not there. I'm not this. I'm super guilty of this. I'm always like, that guy sucks and he's doing what? And I'm, you know,
Yeah.
and that's where you start losing your drive, I think.
Yeah, so going to that, I get burnt out all the freaking time. Prime example, look at last year, I was burnt out dramatically. Back in October, I had a lot of family, personal stuff going on at home and work, and it was like nonstop since COVID. I'm like overjob, work, making sure no one got laid off, making sure I was bringing in the money.
Well, you're responsible for other people's livelihoods at this point.
Exactly. So that's like another thing that people don't see. It's one thing if you are. It's you, yourself, and and you have a partner that will help you, provide. That's one thing. But when you're really on your own or really taking care of other people, that's a different story. But I was so burnt out, and my uncle from South America was like, listen, why don't you come down and just do your campaign shoots like you used to do? Like, you will come and do portfolio shoots, build your portfolio, and get inspired. And I flew down the whole team to South America, Colombia, and I literally did a whole campaign shoot, and I got back so freaking inspired. It was actually originally it was literally it was a 1940 shoot of a post woman, all right, and we kind of reenacted everything, and literally I think we spent no more than $22 on clothing down there.
So you're talking about you came up with a concept.
Thank you. Yes.
Okay.
Concept, yeah. Help me out because I'm a little special.
Well, campaign. I'm like, wait, if you're wait, what?
So no. So the concept became a campaign because we connected to the nonprofit organizations down there.
There you go.
So then it became a campaign, and again, the goal again, see how it could bring value to not only to what we do, but also bring value to the communities around us. And that's how we get a lot of our clientele is like, what can we bring to the table that will help benefit everyone else? And from there, other people will see it, and then that's when they want to work with you. That's when they want to recommend you. And one thing led to another. And when I got back to the States, I had an amazing portfolio to showcase, and I got booked out by 2 other companies to do something similar. So you just never know. Sometimes you just got to invest the money, invest the time, and it'll lead into different opportunities. But like yourself, you surround yourself with amazing creatives that were willing to contribute and help in some way or another, and it led into this amazing opportunities.
I always just think of like, you never get anywhere sitting still. Like
Yes.
there's always, I should be doing something. And that's like a New York thing. I feel like there's always something somewhere you
got
can
the
plug
grind.
yourself into. You know?
Yeah.
There's a question from Daniel in the chat.
What up, Daniel?
Will, when you were still a sole operation, what was your approach to marketing, specifically social media content, finding it tough to keep up, making real story? Yeah, it becomes, you almost become your own ad agency, and then you're burnt out just doing the social, right?
So Daniel, it's funny that back in the day, I used to teach social media. That's the crazy part about it. When I got more involved with education.
Back when there was a MySpace.
MySpace and your top 12.
I had Friendster.
Yeah, pretty much. And literally, I don't know, social media went into a crazy spiral. And obviously that wasn't really what I did, but I was so active at that time between shooting, doing this and that. But I was like a one-man show. And, I had an assistant here and there, but it got to the point when I was working for some of these companies. And mind you, I started working with a lot of law firms, dental companies, because
people had money.
the one that had money. But think about this: if you're a wedding, he's a wedding photographer. I know people look down on wedding photographer, commercial world sometimes. They're like, "Well, you're a wedding photographer. Okay, like you have this great, you have a bride and groom that you're spending anywhere between 6 months to, I don't know, to maybe 2 years building this relationship. Find out what they do, find out what the family does, build that relationship with them, and from there, see how you can help them." And one thing led to another, and I started building friendships with their family members. And one thing I learned from one of the family members was they had a marketing firm. And picking their brand and learning what they do, they're like, well, if you want to expand, if you want to grow, if you want to retire, unless I don't know if you want to be shooting when you're 60 years old, breaking your back, or you want to have multiple team members to still, provide and give passive income. Perfect example. Look at Peter Hurley.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Peter Hurley just does one thing. I mean, he's amazing at what he does and all that.
He doesn't do one thing. He makes you think he does one thing.
Thank you. Yes, fine. Thank you. But like, he does so many freaking different things. But he ended up building a brand. He did it very well. He executed. And that's the thing. People have a lot of business plans. That's great. But people don't have an execution plan. And that's when anything with any of my divisions, there's a business plan and there's also an execution plan.
Yeah.
So you need to execute that. So going back to what Daniel's question is like, yeah, if you want to grow, you need to find the right people around you to help grow. Get an intern, go to schools to see how you can work that out, but you can't do it all. And there's no such thing as like, I'm a one-man show, I could do it all on my own. There's no such thing. Even when people say, oh, I'm self-taught. No, you actually learned it from someone. Let's cut the BS. Like, you learned it from someone. We've been in the industry in there a long time. And look, I get it, we're on YouTube. I know people are going to be going on there trolling and all that. Leave this freaking guy alone. He's giving so much content to you guys. Like, cut the crap. Like, I see that, and I hate bullies, by the way.
If you get someone fired up, they hate you, you're doing something right.
Yeah,
that's what I
congratulations.
Thanks,
cheers to
man.
that.
Thanks,
cheers to that. You're doing something right. But
listen, in 1 week, I'll be called everything. I'll be called brilliant, stupid, a clown, the best, inspiring, a waste of time. I've been called everything in the span of a week. At some point, you just have to know who you are. You just have to know who you are, because no one. And if they're going to judge you and not be into whatever you're putting out there, then you don't need them. You're not talking to them. They've chosen not to listen, so forget them.
Those are the blood suckers. Those are the energy suckers in every way. They are. They really are.
We're not against vampires here. We're not vampirists, okay?
Yeah.
Vampire rights.
No.
And I also think one thing people overlook is you kind of also have to realize everything starts with and ends with you.
Yeah.
If you have to work on yourself, so you could be an amazing photographer, but people don't want to work with you, you're not working. And one thing guys like Peter Hurley did was when that guy talks, everybody, you'll always know you're going to laugh, number one. You know you're not going to be bored. He's going to get you energized. And then people remember that feeling. And so when they see him again, they correlate, oh, this guy's awesome. I like this guy.
Yeah.
You have to work on yourself.
Here's a quick thing. So I'm going to name drop a little bit. So one of the companies I work with is Dior. And one thing, so one of the things that I always hear from their, makeup crews and the people in charge of it, they work a lot with photographers. And the problem is that people was like, well, I could have done this shot. Oh, I could have done this shot. And that's all you see on social media. Oh, I could have done this shot. This is bullshit. There's a reason why they work with some of these photographers is because they at least they follow the format. They execute it, and there's no ego part about it. And more I work with some of these companies, that's all I hear during those meetings and what they talk about with photographers and creatives. You need to get that chip off your shoulder. Like, yes, are there better photographers in the world? Absolutely. But if you're not following the format, if you're not following the process, it doesn't mean anything. So it doesn't matter how amazing your work is. But people want to work with good people.
People aren't hiring your ego. That's the way I look at it.
Exactly. So once you get that out of your system, you'll be able to grow a lot faster. And look, when I was younger, when I was 18, 19, I was a cocky little shit, you name it. But eventually it hit me because, clientele, they were like, what are you doing? We don't want to work with you anymore. And I hit rock bottom. And that's when it was a reality check for me in every way.
You hit rock bottom?
About 19, about 19, I know. Dude, I started young in this industry.
Same.
Yeah, we started film days. I used to drop the raw film exposing those portraits. We had to redo it.
I was chasing magazines. Tell me, I mean, are you kidding me? I would make a point of going to Barnes and Noble to make sure I could find the magazines I was in, buy the whole rack. Then I realized no one else is buying them, and like, what am I doing? No, but I do think, honestly, I think us going young and trying to do it for real young, we got all the real bad lessons out of the way real quick while we're still molding our brains.
Yeah. And we had to pay for it.
Yeah,
we had to freaking pay for not only reputation, but also like going to workshops. Jesus, like you guys offer like free classes.
You went to workshops at 18?
Dude, I used to pay $3,500 for like a 2-hour thing just to learn.
What?
Yes.
Bro, I used to be carrying cases and bags for weeks and learn nothing until somebody that I was assisting was like, all right, sit down. Now that you're dying, I'm going to show you how to put a lens cap on. Like, that's what it was.
Yes, that is exactly what it was.
But I got to tell you how much more I appreciated it. And then as I got further and further along, you start realizing how we're giving away information and knowledge and wisdom basically just by typing on Google, and that's fine. And I'm not taking anything away from that.
Yeah.
That's the era we're in. But like, I don't think you realize your quick little search on your phone to get an answer in 3 seconds took me 5 months.
Exactly, yeah.
And you just appreciate it more.
Beyond. I mean, especially with the technology out there. For example, like, I'm name dropping. I work with. I have to because
no one cares. Just drop the name.
So, for example, all right, I will.
I have a bit of an ego here.
God,
flex a little bit, man.
So, like for example, like when I started using Aftershoot is a culling and editing company. Here's my affiliate link here. But like going back to it, like for example, like corporate America, it would take us like 2 weeks to get some of the stuff done, a week done, or even weddings. Like literally, by the event is done, I'm popping this in and it's culling and editing all the stuff for me. It's like, why would I want to go backwards? Yeah. So embrace the technology, and that's the thing. People not embracing it. Like AI. Everyone's afraid of it. Oh, it's taking our business. So you better get on the freaking wagon or you're going to be left behind.
Right.
That's all you hear is people crying and blowing the whistle. And listen, you got to cut the crap.
I think
embrace it.
I think the biggest thing about that people have to learn about AI is that it and stuff like you're using this, it is going to shape the client expectation across the board. someone that's never hired a photographer to people who have been working with photographers forever, they're going to be like, well, this guy can get it to me in the next day. Why can't you? Well, I don't use it. Well, then I'm not hiring you, right?
Exactly.
It's just like the old guys that cried at me all the time. Oh, why don't I get any work? Do you offer video? Because your camera has a switch on it now that does video. Well, then they're going to hire the person next to you.
Is that how they sound?
Yeah. Well, they're usually like, I shoot birds, and then they yell at me, you know? No, but seriously, like if you don't realize, if you were trying to make a living at this, you have to realize what the market is and what people are offering that are right next to you. Literally right next to you. People are swiping to the next person.
Yeah. 72% now for our database, we are booking more in our events space than ever before because we're embracing all this technology. So put that in your head.
When you say event space, you mean you offer as an event photographer?
Event photography.
It's not a physical
events.
place.
I'm saying,
Okay.
Event space. Special, I told you. He's my translator. He's my emotional support translator.
I've said the words event space more times than anybody in the world, bro.
Yeah, mind you guys, I'm a speaker, right? Imagine me being on stage and people are like, what? But no, it's the truth. It's like you have to freaking embrace it. Like if you're not embracing this crap, you're going to be left behind and you can't complain. So
What do you think it's going to take away, though? I think retouches overnight lost an industry, I think.
Yeah, I mean, look, don't get me wrong. The technology out there is very good. As we know, it's going to get better times that by every 4 months. But yeah, it's where I see the industry is, it's scary, man. I definitely see more with using the cell phones with the technology. Wait, hold on. I checked out a little bit over there. What? Repeat the question.
Look, I lost Halloween work because the brands were like, we don't need new packaging. I shot it on my phone. Because that drunk college kid that needs a costume last minute does not care how good that photo is on that thing. They just need something to.
Yeah, they want something quick enough. Yeah, you know what's true. So that's a perfect example. If you're losing work, and that's one thing I always ask clients, I don't care about what we're doing good. What are we doing that year? What can we do better? Where are we lacking? And that's the thing you have to ask clients. See where you're not meeting their expectations. And I find out, like, have you seen something else from another company or photography studio or what you've seen in a different industry? Take as much as you can and put it into your company. And that's what I do a lot. Like, for example, the bodybuilding world that we're part of, we're capturing over 25,000 competitors a year. Let me tell you something. No one reads as it is, but these competitors are depleted as it is. But we're always trying to keep the language as basic as possible, but we're always running into issues. And we always ask them, whether they're angry, whether they're happy, what can we do better? And from there, exactly how they're working out and growing as an individual, we're doing the same exact thing as a company. So we're not like waiting a year down the line to update our systems. We're updating literally every other day.
They also might not even know what options are out there for them. They also might not even know what they want. Right.
Yeah, majority of people don't know what they want. And that's the thing, this is where you as a professional educating yourself, you need to guide them to what they actually need. Yes, you'll get them what they want, but you also have to give them what they need. And everything else outside of that, it's beyond, it'll be exceeding their expectations. So and going back to what you said, you want to exceed people's expectations, just like anything else.
I think over promising is the biggest downfall of everybody because they just want to get the job or something or the client.
Exactly.
Like,
don't be a yes person, yes man, yes girl, yes whatever, whatever, yes person in general. But yeah, you can't do that because when you do that, you shoot yourself in the foot. Because at the end of the day, people talk. Let's think of it this way: in your own circle of friends, how many of you guys talk smack about? Built companies, friends, or whatever. Think about it. Now imagine your client doing the same exact thing. So you have to start thinking about like that. So think about it like in a relationship. If you really want to make a relationship work, how are you going to make it work? And at the end of the day, it's about communication.
I used to work for a guy long time ago. And then I got hired by his same client as an independent, and I took the job. I was like, whatever. And I asked him, you know what they said? They're like, the guy just stinks. I was like, oh no, he's a good photographer. I was like, no, like I can't have him around clients.
Smells.
The guy smells. I was like, I guess I never really thought about it. But it's just like the weirdest things, right?
No, it isn't the weirdest things. Well, think about if you go on a date with someone. We're going back to relationship.
Oh, I knew this was happening.
Yeah.
Knew this was happening. I want to get speed dating here. Photo nerd speed dating.
That'd be awesome.
That's what I said, right? Like, I want to know who shows up for that,
We should do that. But yeah, think of it, same exact thing. You're not going to show up to a date or a partner smelling not good, not having your teeth brushed.
It's your brand.
You want to look good. I
don't know about that. You can dress like a janitor and be fine. I'm going to attest to this. You don't have to.
You have to do this.
You always at the trade shows. I'm like, of course he's gonna be all dressed up, has the swapped out hair and everything like that, and I'm like dying with gaff tape stuck on me and stuff. And I'm like, how are these guys? I think it's amazing the female speakers. They have like stilettos on and they like 4 wardrobe changes. And I'm like, I literally have a pack of white shirts and I'm dying. How are you? And they're like, oh, you did a posing class, right? I was like, I'm not hating.
No, you are hating a little bit, but yeah, no, I agree.
But people go to what they want to go to. If they want to learn that, they want to learn like literal grip and getting sweaty. That's where they come to my class.
Yeah, no. But the thing is, for what you do, like I always love that story. Like, actually, like I'm low on. You're like, should I pack extra clothing or should I pack extra gear? You're like extra gear, and I'm gonna go to a gas station and buy things. And I was like, every time I go to a gas station, I think of you. I'm like, where are the Hanes? Like, where are the T-shirts? I'm like, where are
they? Don't all have them anymore. The world has changed, my friend.
Dude, I was in.
They need vending machines. They need white shirt vending machines. Hey, listen, if they had vending machines that had socks and shirts, like, are you kidding me?
And that could be part of your brand. Collection, Seth Miranda's collection. Yeah, but you put that on my head. It was awesome. And every time when I think of a pizza box, I always think about you, which is crazy. So how's that going?
The pizza boxes, they're over here. I'm going to give them out tomorrow at my demo, and they're available at the trade shows. We did a limited run, and still got some left. You know, I just think it's a cool community thing.
Yeah,
everyone can feel like they're a part of it, and it's funny. Like it's like it don't come on. It's a piece of cardboard. Like, all right. Matthews is asking. Matthews studio equipment. Oh, what's boy, up, brand is asking you. Will you talk about including as much as you can into your work? Is there any type of work that you avoid?
Yeah, I don't like shooting babies. I don't like shooting. Those little bastards, they piss everywhere. Stop. No, I mean, they're cute. That's not my thing. Well, let me read it there. We'll just talk about including as much as you can into the work. So yeah, I didn't think that about that. So yeah, no, realistically, I don't shoot babies. That's not my thing. Again, like in the beginning, you're always testing everything as much as you can.
Know your limits and style.
Yeah, know your limits. And the thing is, I try to find people that are very good in what they like. For example, babies. I have a photographer out in New York that she specializes in shooting kids, so that she works on the umbrella, or I could just refer her and then I get a commission out of it. But also for her, she doesn't like running a business. Yeah. So we work something out, right? She work under the umbrella and then I take care of her. But I always try to find people what they actually are passionate about. And I always tell everyone this, and I learned this years ago, is put it down on a piece of paper, put a line right through the middle of that piece of paper. On the left side, write down things that you love to do, things that you're passionate about. The other side of the paper, put things that you hate to do. The things that you hate to do, fire yourself from doing them. Because all the things that you hate doing, that's what's going to literally dry you out. That's going to take all the energy away from you excelling. And that's the thing. And so now the question is like, well, great. Like, well, how can I get the thing, hire people or get people to do things that I don't like? Well, this is where you have to take the time and start really educating yourself who you could probably bring in. We have social media. So maybe put a posting out there or go to a school and see if there's any interns. So since I started doing that, my business has grown dramatically. And this is all going back to having a tight community. I mean, a lot of the team members that I work with, they hate running businesses, but they love shooting. So perfect. So those are people I bring in. But again, they have to also understand the culture and what we do. And they also have to go through the experience of what we do. You can't just bring someone in and, all right, you're going to do this. Photograph them, go through the process, do everything with them so they understand. So now they know the format. Even when it comes to selling. Going back to selling, I do have people that sell for me, but the people that are bringing to sell for me are people that real estate agents. So that's the best way I learned. And let's be honest, sorry guys, I'm being very transparent. The majority of photographers and videographers are not great salespeople, and that's okay. I was never one of those people either, and I started learning and I fell in love with business. But the people I bring in is like people I used to working with commission or real estate agents, and from there I worked the relationship with them. For some of the top 10 people during the year that buy from them, I actually give them the gift cards as well. So now they could gift it to their top clients. And now it's a win-win. They look amazing. I look amazing. They're pushing us out. And on top of that, they're referring us. So it's like a no-brainer. So I'm always trying to see how it could monopolize the opportunities and see how it could be a win-win for everyone. And that's how I started building my network. And again, that's like one example of many. So
yeah, and yourself as a photographer can work for a few different Wills out there, right? Like that's kind of how I survived. I'm horrible at business. I suck at money, but I looked at it like I'll make less money, but I'll keep working. And the way I looked at it is like I'm basically paying Will the cut to get all that off my back so I can just go forward with what I want to do.
Yeah.
Because I am not a guy that's going to sit in Excel. PowerPoint is not my deal.
Definitely not. Yeah, it's no different from hiring like an agency. It's the same idea. The difference is it's just a different term of it. But yeah, man, I mean, there's so many different ways you could do it. And look, I get it. Like still to this day, if I have some downtime, I actually go and freelance for other studios for two things. One is obviously
Steals their methods.
not steal, but also see what's going on, what's out there. Because think about when you have a camera always in your face shooting, you become really tunnel vision on what's going on. So it's taking a step back. Even Vanessa Joy, we all know who she is. If you don't, look her up. You know, that's another one. People
I'm gonna get a text later from her. I know this.
But like I tell her, like, listen, I'll be a coffee boy. I'll go be a bag holder.
He does say this. He said this to me multiple times, the effect stuff, and I'm like, what are you doing?
Why not? Like, think about it. If you have some downtime, there's an opportunity for you to learn. How can you not learn? Think about it. I used to pay a lot of money for workshops. I'm like, why not learn?
Yeah, but you got to stop with the coffee thing. I'll be like, if I'm bringing on Will, I'd be like, I need a guy that can talk for me while I'm shooting. I need a guy that's getting me coffee. I'll get a kid for that. Like, I need Will because Will's at a level. That's Will's value to me on set.
Yeah,
you got to stop with the coffee thing. Stop the humble thing, the overly nice stuff. Not fan. Don't stop it.
No, the reason why I bring that up is because I really don't want any responsibility because I really. I really want to just watch and take it exactly for the no different opportunities. Like you guys are sitting there watching, whether you're editing or whatever it is, you're absorbing some of this information. I mean, you might be absorbing maybe 10% of it, but you're absorbing something. But when you're constantly doing something on set, you're not really absorbing it as much. You're just doing what you're supposed to be told.
Yeah.
So if I'm on site with you, I don't want to get you upset. I want to piss you off. So I don't know your format either. So I'm like, let me go on site, learn his format. Then, okay, Seth, I can definitely help you out. I remember what you did, and I'm going to help you set up. So that's how I like to learn.
There's the caveat to that, though. Two things, me personally, if someone does that on my set. One, if you start taking pictures behind my head with a phone or something of my setup and everything I'm doing, I'm throwing you out.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Two, if you ask me a question while I'm doing something and not waiting till after the fact, I'm throwing you out. Like, I don't need, I'm not here to babysit whatever your thing is. So, like, if you're going to be invited to a set, understand that that's an honor. Like, people are... you're a liability. You're an extra human being on set. Two, you're another distraction. You're another thing. But when I invite people to set, or like I've been invited to set, like, you know, we could drop names, but like Joe asked me to be on set. Like, that's an honor for me. Like, I'm not here to get in your way. I'm going to absorb what I can. But after everything's done, be like, hey, Joe, I saw you did this thing. Why didn't you do this thing? And then that's the gold.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. Yeah. No, I mean, going over shooting the shoulder thing. First of all, why are you even doing that? Shooting over the shoulder.
No, the worst is the phones. I'm not kidding. There's times that I've had people around me that like are with the makeup art or something, and I'll take the camera down and I'll get smacked by a phone because they're literally shooting the angle of what I'm doing to get their own social. And I'm like, what are you doing? Or I've absolutely seen people shoot my set and then literally try to like buy all the stuff or whatever. And I'm like, look, you're not here for the right reasons.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm not here to be exploited for you. So like, if you want to learn, I'm happy to, but wait for the right time.
Yeah.
Because now you're sucking the blood out of me. You know?
Yes.
We're not anti-vampire.
No, it's true though. I mean,
no, it's like vampires and shooting babies. That's what we're talking about.
Or they come and it's like, all right, I'll come and help out, but then they show up with all their equipment. I mean, what are you doing?
Oh, the worst.
I'm like, guys, come on. Like, listen, you're there to learn. You're there to intern or you're there, whatever it is, but you should not be doing it. Or
build the relationship. Let them want to bring you to the next one and the next one and then ask you to be part of it. When you're asked to be part of it, not just be there, that's where you're growing. That's where you're connecting a little bit.
And you're actually going to learn faster by taking a step back and just taking it in. Because everyone, I get it, we're in the world of now. We want to learn everything now, but there is a process, there is a format. And you learn by you slowing down, you learn faster.
It's also the best ever when you're invited to a set not to work, and then eventually they're looking to have you work. Yeah. Like, you know how awesome that is? No pressure, responsibility, but all the whole, like, the whole thing is right there for you. Like, I love that part.
Yeah, it's really a freaking honor with that. Yeah.
Yeah. I can't talk about the thing, but...
What thing? That thing. Oh, yes, that thing. Yeah. You'll see. You guys will see.
Anyway...
yeah,
man, I don't know why I'm stuck on this shooting babies thing. It's like, you know why? I just watched that new It series. They just did the Welcome to Derry on HBO. Are you into horror at all?
Somewhat, a little bit. I'm watching here. Not like you.
There's like a demonic baby and like it's stuck in my brain now. And I'm like, man, this might be my time. Maybe we're having a moment for demonic babies. I can do like some kind of demonic baby photography or something. You know?
That'd be awesome. pushing that out.
I mean, we're recording this the day before. 2 days before Halloween. Wow, I am a day off. My brain is so fogged up, man. Do you ever get schizophrenic when you have to shoot different genres back to back? Your brain gets a little like weirded out. I get like that.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
I get stuck on like this style and whatever.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I just shot a bunch of bleeding aliens. Let me go shoot this maternity shit. And it's like,
Put some red gels on a wedding event. Yeah, let's do that.
honestly, that'd be sick. It would look like Beetlejuice. The Beetlejuice dress.
Yes.
Come on.
Have you? I mean, you never used to shoot weddings, did you? Or not?
I shot 3 weddings in my life. One of them wearing on my chest for life. I traded my chest piece for it.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm reminded every day of shooting weddings. But I just was like, I did it. I never had complaints. But I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I just went more commercial and more commercial. So I ended up doing stuff wedding adjacent for a while. Then I just was like, this is not my industry.
Yeah.
But at least I did it and I know it and I've been through it. And I've assisted plenty of weddings when I was younger. But actually shooting weddings, like I'm not doing weddings ever again. It's not my thing. Can you do SFX on a baby? Stop it. All right. Stop. First of all, their skin is really fragile. Why are we doing no? Stop.
Let's get the baby out of the situation over.
Oh my God. Man.
No, we're good.
Any difference from today's weddings than 5 years ago? They're asking.
Yeah. I mean, look, I rarely shoot events, weddings wise. Using
They
my
use
team
drones
members.
now.
Yeah, these drones and their packages are weird. Honestly,
expectations.
I think expectations are very different. Yeah, expectations are very different. I feel like the clientele is a lot more demanding. And think of it this way: it's like everything is about, as you guys know, are about social media. They want it now. Like, again, if you're not embracing technology or the software is out there, then I don't know what the hell you're doing. Because I would keep hearing like it takes 4, 5, 10 weeks to deliver images. Like, what are you doing?
Well, what if you're shooting multiple weddings? Like, it does back up.
Yeah. So this is where you need to start. If you're booking every weekend and you're nonstop living in the computer, you need to take a step back and really look at your business plan, look at your execution. Maybe you might probably have to start raising your pricing up a little bit more. You might have to start bringing extra team members because you should not be sitting there living in the computer.
Don't you think a big problem for a lot of wedding photographers is letting go of, they need control of the image from start to finish?
Correct. Big mistake, by the way, guys. If you're doing that, I don't care. Yes. Oh, I'm an artist. Good for you. Good for you. If you're not banking and if your bank account is empty, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I'm being honest with you, it doesn't make any sense. Look, I get it. I was there.
Good for you.
But I know people are like, yeah, but this guy just doesn't know. It's fine. Trust me, I was there. I've been there. But at the end of the day, when my bank account is going up and I'm like, all right, I'm like, look, if you should not be, we have technology. If you could take a picture and the image looks amazing on your phone, that's it. Then from there, import it in. But you should not be fixing or editing all these images. And again, if you are, use softwares to really help. But anything that the client orders, for example, like a wedding, if they want an image or they want to use it as an upgrade, like, hey, you really want this image to have a signature look, pay for it. But don't be sitting there doing every single one in that signature style.
But don't you think there's a way now, technology-wise, that you could match your style? Or
Absolutely.
Or show someone your style and that's their editing job or whatever?
It's scary. Like, again,
we're talking about color grading and things like that.
Yeah, just in general. I mean, again, there's, I don't use presets, but again, like for example, again, after shoot, like I literally have profiles set to go for every kind of event that we do. Even now we're retouching, so which is wild. Everything is in one software, one app. So yeah, that's why I said, I'm like, it doesn't make any sense. Like a corporate event I just did. Let's put it this way, because I'm sure there's some wedding photographers. If we were shooting a wedding on a Saturday, all the images are ready to go by the next day. We will sit with the client either that Sunday or that Monday. Client already knows that they're gonna come in and meet, or we'll do a Zoom meeting on the computer. And from there, they get to see a design album review because we use Fundy Designer. By the way, there'll be a big release in South America and Latin America for Fundy Designer. Just giving you a heads up, it's coming out soon. But we use that to design the album. So now we do a reveal session of all the beautiful images already designed. And all they have to do is approve that book and it gets sent out to get printed. And we use Graphic Studios for that. And they get it within 2.5 weeks after the wedding. So think about it this way. If their wedding is on October 1st, they'll probably have their stuff ready to go by the first week of November. That's how quick we are. Because also we're doing it because they're happy, they're emotionally, they're cheerful, so they're buying with emotion and impulse. And now I'm gonna hear from the back, oh well, they can't afford it. that's BS. I'm sure they got a shitload of checks in person or gifts. I'm like, great, you can't afford the upgrades. I'm like, well, why don't you just dig into your envelopes that you got?
Well, it's honestly, and this sounds, look, I'm not one for sounding like hard or whatever, but when people have a wedding, they're expecting to spend money. I mean, the flowers are 10 times what those flowers are actually worth and things like that. Like, so it's not upselling. They already know that it's a one-time thing. They're,
Yeah, no.
I don't know.
Yeah. Look, but again, also this is why it's really important to have a pipeline to let the client know you're educating them during the whole process. Just like before you go into buying anything, there's all the information on the website, the process. They already know they're going to be upsold to. And I tell clients, personally for me, like when we sell, just giving you a heads up, doesn't matter what package or what collection you're going to be booking. The goal is for you to upgrade. If you're not upgrading, that means we didn't do our job right.
Right.
So does that, and I tell the client, does that make sense? So we were going to exceed your expectations. So now they already know that. And again, we're going through the whole process. We're constantly repeating ourselves, not just in weddings, but also for portrait sessions, even for, corporate America is a little bit harder to do that. But like with everything else, that's what we do. So yes, like we did it on an event a couple of weeks ago. They spent $500,000 on flowers alone. So, who's gonna complain about, selling an 8x10 for $80?
And you want to make sure that they left feeling that they got value out of it, because that wedding will then turn into a bar mitzvah shoot one day and so far and so forth, right? Yeah,
absolutely. So again, the goal is create that amazing experience. You don't have to book 100 weddings a year. You don't have to do that. Book, I don't know, whatever it is.
So make sure people getting married. Jeez, man.
Yeah, I actually have a colleague of mine that their studio does about 600 weddings a year. But it's a different kind of price point. He kind of went into more high volume, so the average sale is about, I think it's $4,200 between photo and video, which is crazy. By the way, guys, if you actually look into I think in the internet, I think it's like a high. I think maybe it's about closer to 80% or something like that in the U.S. market. The average wedding is about $3,600 between photo and video. So think of it this way. So New York, Cali, Miami are an average, depending on the studios, as we know, like Fred Marcus and my studios, whatever, it's anywhere from 20,000 plus. So think of it that way. So if that studio I just told you they do 600 weddings, but everything that they do is upselling, you could easily do it on your end. So as long as you know business or the basics of business, you could definitely make really good money. I felt like I went into a little bit of a tangent.
All good. Your ringer's asking, when you step into teaching and speaking world, there's a lot of glory, but what are the downsides as a photographer? People have no idea how much work it takes to be on those stages.
Oh my God. You go first. Go. So go.
Look, to be honest with you, right away, people think that you're up there for an hour. No, it took you like 2 decades to be on that stage and make that hour worthwhile for people. There's plenty of bad speakers out there that you don't know till they've done the demo or the platform talk or whatever, and you don't see them again. It's when you see repeat people that people felt they got value out of it. They were spoken about. The feedback was good, right? I get 37% of my style from pro wrestling. So I make sure people know, they get angry at me, whatever. I don't care. I just want them to feel not bored in my class. I don't want to see anybody on a phone. You know what I'm saying?
No,
definitely not. I lug 150 pounds of gear to me to every show.
Yeah, he's sweating. I feel so bad. And
look,
you bring a lot because
do.
a lot of the sponsors, they give you some basic stuff, but you're like, no, he wants to give it all to you guys. And that's one thing I always loved about you. And you always, every time you get on stage, you give it all. Like you're not hiding anything. And
that's the point of live. I don't want to do anything on a stage that they can find on YouTube in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And I don't want someone to not throw me a curveball. Our job to prove that you should listen to us or that you can trust us is whatever you tell me in that crowd, I'm going to 8-ball corner pocket. And the last thing I want to do is not have the 8-ball on me. So I have 150 pounds of gear on me. They go, what if I do this? Well, I happen to have another light. Let's do that. Bang. I don't want to, the gear should not be the problem for me. The problem should be what I'm going to solve on stage. And I try to go really hard. I don't know if anybody in this crowd has been on it to any of my things, but like whatever I do at those shows, you won't see anywhere else. At least for me or in here or whatever.
Very
but
true.
I don't want to tell someone they should spend their time and their attention span and their money in any way to me and not deliver. My nightmare is waking up to feedback from live shows, not comments on YouTube. That's junk. That's trolls. That's some whoever the hell they are, right? But the people that come to trade shows, the people that come to classes, the people that are trying to better themselves, those are the ones you cannot let down.
Yes. That's a big responsibility. I could think of maybe like about two teachers in my life, which I could have either A, went to prison. Or better myself in life. So thankfully for them, because I really, growing up, being special ed and being picked on and bullied, and I can't imagine how, kids feel these days, especially with social media. Like, I really felt like I was just stupid. I was dumb. And if it wasn't for those teachers, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. Obviously, my mom and, my uncles, my close family members, but you just never know. So is that going back to, to what he said about, it's a big freaking responsibility being on that stage. I know he doesn't take it for granted. I don't take it for granted.
There's a lot of people that do. They go like, they think it's their moment to be like celebrated. No, it's your moment to throw down.
Yes.
This is not the celebration point.
Yeah.
This is you proving to be celebrated.
This is like you're in the alleyway, you're taking off your hoops, you're about to get down. Like, no, but yeah, exactly. Like years, not years, decades, but also like even prepping for those to be on stage, the keynote speaking events. It takes me literally weeks to get that all together. And yeah, dude, I mean, since I've been seeing you speak, I'm like, exactly what you do on YouTube, awesome. But when you're on stage, you can't find that shit on YouTube. You cannot find any of that, like, which is badass.
I really don't believe in scripting, especially because what we do, it's never ever the same. It's never scripted. Like whatever you shoot, whatever genre, there's no formula, step by step, whatever. Like you just have to know the basic principles to build on. And if you understand that, you can go from there. So when I'm on stage, if anybody has seen any of my demos, it's literally blank. And then we figure it out tomorrow at 5 p.m. on the events channel. I'll be doing a live demo. You're welcome to join.
So like I just spoke for, I speak for Canon, and we did an event out in Los Angeles. And the thing is, everyone always asks, hey, Will, what do you need? What kind of lighting? What kind of gear? What kind of lenses? And I don't even make a list anymore. You know this feeling. It's like you make a list of what you need and you show up as like, you don't even get anything that you need, like what you wanted. So you have to just work on what you have. And that's one thing we do very well. We work on what we have and adapt. And I think at the end of the day,
that's the word.
Thank you, adapt. So in life, just like in life, not even in photography alone, in life you have to adapt and then find some kind of alignment to prosper. And if you're not adapting to what the hell is going on, you're screwed. No matter how, you can't blame other people. This is on you because you're not taking the chance to step it up. And I feel like people get very comfortable where they are in life. If you stay comfortable, you're dead, no matter how you look at it.
Well, it never lasts. It never lasts forever. Like if you think you're doing okay now, you've got to learn how to grow to get to the next thing, or else you're not going to have longevity.
No.
Gary Hughes in the chat.
What up, mofo?
All right, stop with the curse, all right, man.
I'm not cursing.
I don't want to hear it. Shut up. Daniel Livingston is saying we'll be seeing you guys at Imaging USA. I will be at Imaging USA. I got a platform class.
Yes.
And WPPI.
Yeah. I'm going to be there as a coffee boy.
At Imaging?
Yes. I'm probably going to go at the last minute because I have a corporate event, of course, that week. So, yeah.
It's in Nashville. It's the big one.
Yes. Guys got to go. Definitely go support. Share with your friends and family. Make sure to check out I'm telling you, there's always something to learn beyond.
But just being around. So I think one big thing in this era is people get stuck in forums and think that's what the world is.
No.
Like they ask a question, get a bunch of trolly ego comments. Be around people that are literally around you that have ambition enough to go somewhere to get better,
Yes, if people are investing in themselves, those are people that you want to go on.
Right.
But if you're going to be sitting on a toilet trolling, oh my God, I'm like,
You want to kick rocks, go with a kicking rocks. That's what I've always been told.
Yeah. So you get a lot of those comments, huh?
What?
Keep bringing trolls up.
Well, I got a lot of them this month. I don't know what ended up, but I just and again, it's like right in between two amazing compliments that feel amazing, right?
Yeah,
And it's like
you could be in 99 comments or 99%. It could be amazing, and that 1%. And unfortunately, the people that do that, they're not happy where they are in life.
Yeah.
And or it's either that or just there's something just going on. I mean.
Look, if someone's going to come after someone who is like just giving away everything they have to like help make your own community, like you're the problem. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah.
I do the best I can. And I think I look at every video I put out, every class I put out as a debate. If I'm going to say this, what could they say against that or about that and that I could preempt? And that's the way I go about it.
Yeah. So you're purposely planning for the landmines.
Absolutely. What, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
That's why when like someone's like, I'm like, we're going to do it like this. And they're like, well, what if I don't want it? Well, then here's another way to do it. Like you just got to be ready for that because they don't know I think you probably have the same problem I have where you think you've said something, but it's just you talking in your own head and it never got relayed to them.
Yeah.
So they start barking at you. You're like, what are you talking about? I'm like, oh, right. I didn't go through this whole part of it. Right. Sorry about that. I do it all the time. I talk to myself so much.
There was one time I was speaking on stage for Canon, and and this is what I did. I don't forget. I wasn't thinking.
I'm gonna let you get through this, and I got a story about you on stage for Westcott.
And I, again, the terminology for me, the technical part is really hard because I can't retain it for some reason. So I kept on saying El Salvo. I'm like, what the hell is El Salvo? And someone raised their hand in the crowd.
Oh, auto servo. Oh.
So, and I'm like, dude, read the manual. And I just said it just like that. And then like, they got the book. I'm reading the manual. I was like, and then my assistant, no. El Salvo.
Sounds like a name like a dictator or something. El Salvo.
So it's just funny things like that. Oh man, yeah. And I thought I got it out the right way. So no, I get it.
I watched him almost break his neck at a Westcott demo, and he dropped the light that was rolling, and it was like
By the way, that was the ice light from
which is a tube.
It was a tube. So yeah, that was crazy.
I was like, what?
I was teaching on stage, and I put the thing down, and for some reason while I'm talking, mind you, I'm the mic on stage, and next thing you know, I'm backing up while the model was there and we're shooting, and next thing you know, the ice light starts rolling underneath my legs, and I slipped. I go up in the air. I kicked, I guess it was a C-stand. The C-stand kicked, and then it came. Then literally the Modify sucked the model underneath. It was bad, and I was like, "Oh shit!" Loud. So that was pretty embarrassing. Yeah.
So I was there. I didn't realize what happened. All I saw was like, Will's gone. I was like, where'd he go? And then I heard you yell, and then things were just like dominoing, and I was like, whoa. I was like, and then I always said to myself, at least I'll never do that.
But I got back up.
I'm surprised you didn't get hurt, to be honest. When they told me what actually happened, I'm really surprised.
Yeah, good thing for dancing days that helped. I knew how to fall.
That's the other thing is I don't think people realize when you're doing a demo, when you're shooting live, you're trying to do two things at once. So dumb little mistakes you would never make happen
all the time.
Or if like something goes wrong, you're not thinking of every solution you would normally think of. And every demo I think we do, we probably would get done in 10 minutes if we have to talk about every step. We'd just be like, done, shot's done.
And I'm sure for you, it's like, always something goes wrong. Either the Wi-Fi is
usually
out,
Daniel Norton shows up. Yeah.
I don't know, the gear blows up. I'm like, what the hell? Literally, we were just about to go. We tested everything out, and everything goes to crap. And people are looking at you like, oh, okay, like this is who we have on stage. I'm like, yeah.
Well, they also don't realize you're worrying about the AV. You're worrying about your laptop. Like they don't understand all the extra stuff on top of the thing. Yeah. That's why when you see a demo, like anyone doing a live demo, you've got to give them like 50% leniency on what's happening right there. You know.
Yes.
Are you even a real? Gary's saying, "Are you even a real educator if you haven't had something like that happen?" Seth knocked over a laptop. Oh, shut up, there, Gary.
Yes, Gary. I remember that.
I totally forgot about that. And you know what? It survived. And you know what I did before I even did the demo? I picked it up. I made sure it was okay. I didn't freak out. And if they learned anything, they realized just don't freak out. If that laptop went down, all I would have done was taken that HDMI and put it right into my camera and shot out of the camera. But if you freak out, you lost the audience. And I will tell you this right now. The one thing I will always hold dear is win the audience, you'll never lose.
Yes. Brands
come and go, opportunities come and go, but just keep the audience on your side. And one thing you do is, I didn't freak out, and we went forward, right? Always deliver. That's
yeah, man. But yeah, you definitely rocked that, man. I mean, Gary has many issues when he teaches.
Yeah, but Gary's funny, right? Like that's funny. That's just like
yeah.
He's like Ryan Reynolds in the industry. He's just like this. Like he has a really good tone of being almost inappropriate, but it's still hilarious.
Yeah.
And then he's also kind of trolling them, but they don't realize it. I do enjoy it.
It's Gary's thing, yeah.
Gary is I think Gary is hands down one of the best educators in this industry.
And he's a great judge, man. Definitely a great judge.
And he knows how to talk to people that are on levels. Like he doesn't demean someone. He doesn't make them feel like they're asking something stupid. He gets, and it's always useful. So I got a lot of credit. That's the most you're ever going to get out of me, Gary. You enjoy it now.
Gary's like, I'm just saving this.
JS Visions is asking, what key strategies helped you elevate your wedding brand beyond pricing, and how can they fit in mid-market like Long Island? Long Island's a mid-market? Parts of Long Island, I guess.
Parts of Long Island. What strategies helped their pricing?
Yeah, Gary, you do forget your remotes a lot, and I have to go on stage, and then you tell me you don't need them.
So going back to...
Did you talk into a mic for once?
Sorry. I'm moving around. As you can tell, I'm fidgety. Great question. I mean, like, it doesn't matter what market you're in, whether it's weddings or portraiture or stuff like that. I learned a lot by traveling and seeing the world and interning and going to studios just to really understand workflows. And at the end of the day, it's like if you're bringing value to the table, you know, people are gonna buy in some way or another. Think about the last time you went to maybe, I don't know, like a mall or a place that you originally had a budget, let's say, I don't know, $50 or $100, and next you know you met someone there to help you during that customer service experience that they made you feel like really comfortable, they made you feel welcome, they made you feel good when you were trying on that jacket or whatever it is.
Making smarter decisions.
And make a smarter decision, even though let's say hypothetically they weren't pushing you to upgrade or whatever it is. You just felt comfortable and you were willing to spend a little bit more. Or you went back to them later on, or you recommended someone to that store or to that customer service agent person. So you have to start thinking in that way. What can you do to bring value? And again, this is going back to, let's say, dating. What are you what? I don't know why I keep going back to dating, but it's so true. But it's so freaking true. Think about it. If you start thinking of it in that way, relationship. That's what it is. It's like build a relationship. How can you create a partnership? This freaking guy, create a partnership that will make sense to bring value. And again, it doesn't matter. Long Island, trust me, I get it. I had a market there for a while. I still have a certain circle of events that we do there. But yeah, has it been more demanding in Long Island? Absolutely. Are people undercutting the industry dramatically? Yeah. People that are undercutting it they don't do their homework. And if they're undercutting dramatically, that means the only thing that they're trying to bring value is undercutting the price. They have nothing to show for it. And people want to undercut as well is because either they're using the pension or they have a spouse or partner that's providing for their home, or they live on their mommy and daddy's house.
They can afford to do it.
They can afford to do it. So don't lower your pricing or whatever it is just to try to compete. And there's no competition. Again, there's always going to be a market of people that is willing to spend. The question is, what are you going to bring to the table that they're willing to spend for it?
They also they lose confidence in you if you go too low. They're like, why is this? What's going to happen here? You know, that kind of thing.
Yeah. And look, I had that question years ago. Like, Will, we'll love to hire you. And mind you, I was going against a really, really big brand. And I did not get the job because, again, I built a relationship with the booking agent. He's like, you're just too low. I was like, what? You're too low. And that's another thing. Any market you get into, do your homework, do your recon, do whatever it is. Again, for example, ChatGPT, whatever it is, and all these other. You can literally type in, what is the market value within this area? All right, expand it for a mile away, expand it by 10 miles away. Any city I go to or when I'm planning to expand one of my divisions, I do a lot of market research. So that's really important. It's like no different from warfare. People do their homework.
Dating and warfare. Well, also, I'm going to add to this. I did a commercial job for IKEA a million years ago. I quoted, the girl threw an extra $1,000 on top of it. And I was like, what? She's like, well, I want you to get the job. Also, I have to prove my budget.
Yeah.
Right. So if they see that I'm spending less money every time I do this, my division of this company does not get that funding anymore. And then what? Right. So you're also protecting our industry as a community. If you go too low, then everybody's going to have to be expected to go lower. Not that you should be like raking people over the coals for money, but you have to live. You have gear expenses. You have insurance. You have all sorts of. You might want to retire.
Well, yeah. Well, let's take a step back. Yeah, I mean, like insurance and all that. But no, this is one thing that I see a lot or hear a lot is taxes. People don't allocate for taxes.
Guilty.
Yeah. So
the end of the year, I'm like, no.
That's all I see is like, oh, well, the reason why I charge is because of equipment and insurance. No, what about taxes? What about, your property tax? All that plays an account. So you need to start thinking more about that part of it. Again, if you're going to get into the industry. So
trust me, I'm horrible at all of it. Yeah. I am.
No, but it's just finding the right person. Dude, I told you, whatever you need, I got you. No. Yeah.
Man, we're at the hour, guys. So
we're hour already?
Yeah, we're past that. Long time. So
I like it.
Do me a favor, guys. Follow this guy. He should have a way bigger following than he does. And make sure you check him out at any of the trade shows, or hopefully I can get him in here to do a demo one of these days and not break his neck. That would be amazing.
Yeah, I know. I've been slacking off on that. I'm sorry. I know. Have a lot.
I know. We'll get you in here. It's no big deal. But Will's extended fam out here, so make sure you check out everything Will Cadena. If you guys want more of this, there's 73 other episodes of this with 73 different guests. So if you're new to this channel or new to this show, you've got to hit subscribe and you got to check out the rest of this playlist. And also,
that's a good question.
What's the question?
Create a business workflow.
All right, you want to do that one? Before I
Yeah,
close it out?
actually,
All right,
quick,
one
real
more
quick.
question. Jennifer's, she's a paisan. We'll do this.
Banzan, I go.
So she said, what's your insight on someone trying to create a business workflow?
I think really important, and I said we spoke about this, creating, like especially what Vanessa said, is creating that foundation from the bottom up. And I know we want to rush into getting things done, but sometimes you need to just slow down dramatically and just build it. You know, build a nice CRM. CRM is a customer relationship management system. You know, make a list of your top 10 clients, your top 20 clients, and so on, and start targeting that. But I think that's the best way of doing it, and having a business plan and also execution plan, and being very organized. And you have to also treat your time, because time you can never buy back. So anything that you do, you make sure you execute it within that time frame. And you have to set hours, deadlines. You need to set deadlines for yourself. All right. Don't say you're gonna get back to it later on. So hopefully that helps. Does that help?
Yeah. Get some discipline, self-discipline, kids.
Yeah. Stop with the procrastinating crap. Get it done. See you guys.
Oh my God. So all that stuff, hit subscribe. I want to see in those comments. He'll check those comments if you're watching this on playback. This is the events channel. If you guys want to watch any demos, if I get him in here to do a demo soon, he's going to be on that channel. And I am there tomorrow night, 5 p.m. Eastern, for the first time since like March. Hopefully I'm coherent. Anyway, hit subscribe on that one. And don't forget Adorama Cinema if you guys want to check out any, cinema related topics, stuff like that. But all else, just know 42 West 18th Street. These chairs are here for you as much as this chat's here for you. And we will see you guys on the next one. Be good, guys. Later.
Bye, guys.